You got what I need. Sipping on emotion, all that good emotion. Just my kind of heat.
Tom says, when you see your face, you can go. I see my face, so I'm gonna go. Hello there, folks! Welcome to another edition of Fast Facts Live. I am the face of your host, your Quizmaster of Ceremonies, Dan O'Keefe, and you guessed it, we have another fun game of trivia for you today. I know, you didn't realize, it might be an unfun game, might be a very depressing game of trivia, but no. We made sure we talked to the lawyers, it's allowed, we can have a fun game today. Also here is our in-house lawyer, Tom Hillmeyer. Hi, Tom. How are you?
I feel like it's against the law to say that I'm a lawyer, even though I'm not. But I'm no lawyer, so I don't know.
Lawyer a protected term?
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know.
Realtor, there's a whole thing about it. How you have to be registered with a realtor association or something.
Same with architects.
You say you're a realtor. Yeah.
The American Institute of Architects, AIA, they're a client of ours. You have to be in the association because they own the trademark to the word architect.
You know what you don't need to do, though? If you're a chiropractor, you can just say you're a chiropractor. It's already a scam. What are they going to do? Tell you that it's real?
I thought you were going to make a joke about how they call themselves doctors.
That too.
You're like, no,
they double down.
You're like, no,
not only is chiropractic not a real thing, they say that they're a doctor while doing it. If any of you are chiropractors, you're great massage therapists. You're great at cracking bones and stuff and making people feel good. But, like, physically, there's no scientific proof that you're doing anything more than just making people, they're just popping. Like, you can't, adjusting a spine isn't a real thing. It takes years of therapy.
Aren't doctors supposed to make you feel good?
No. Doctors are supposed to make you healthy.
Okay.
Drugs make you feel good.
Okay. I mean, if I don't...
Speaking of drugs,
if
drug.
I don't feel good, I go to the doctor in order to feel better.
You go to the doctor for him to inform you how to feel better. Unless you're going to, like, a play doctor.
The surgeon's just going to come in and say,
you call
need
the
your
doctor.
appendix removed.
I heard
That's
that
how
you've
you'll
been
feel better.
Yeah, you go to you didn't specify what kind of doctor you go to.
You just tell me how to feel good. Well,
doctor, I have a headache. Gotta cop that head off.
Well, there's your problem right there. Now do something about it. Oh, you want me to? No, that's not my job. I'm not supposed to make you feel better.
No, sorry about it. You know who will make you feel better? Here's Michael Keaton in Dope Sick with some Oxycontin.
Yikes.
And here's our version of Oxycontin, the rules.
Hello, I'm Charty. Welcome to Fast Facts Live. Here's how to play. There will be 5 rounds of 5 questions each. You will have 20 seconds to answer each question. You must submit an answer for every question. If you don't know an answer, take a guess. After each round, Charty Bot will ask you if you want to double or nothing. You can only use it on 1 round per game. If you got all of the questions correct, you will earn twice as many points. If you got at least 1 question wrong, you will earn 0 points for the entire round. You will wager between 0 and 10 points for the Hail Mary question at the end of the game. If you answer correctly, you will earn the amount you wagered, and if you answer incorrectly, you will lose that amount. A tiebreaker question will be asked to everyone at the end of the game. Answers to this question will only determine the winner if teams are tied for first place. Don't cheat, think fast, and have fun. Good luck, let's begin.
Those are the rules. Follow along and you'll be fine. Listen to ChartyBot. You'll be good. If you haven't played before, ChartyBot is how you submitted your team name. If you have played before, you knew that. We're going to go over the team names, because we have a bunch. And here they are. We have, in no particular order, Seasonal Effective Drama Goons, Sad, Boomerito, Mom and Dad, Egg Girl, and Flying Scrambled Eggs. Let the Festivities Begin, Tumbleweeds, Lassie Says, Little Timmy fell in the well, but he definitely deserved it. Solo Now 4-0, Saturn's Moon, Tarvos? Sounds like a Star Trek villain. Ding Slosby, Opa! Frankie's Mom Has Got It Going On, Mrs. Machine Gun Kelly wearing Joker makeup. Are we in January? Because you're the only Jan you airy. And Spruce Thank you all for playing. Let's get into the game. Let's go into round one. And round one, you know what that is? Round one is Quartermaster. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Like the movie character? No. Question one. In 1998, the U.S. Mint began making quarters with varying designs on the back, beginning with designs featuring imagery related to each of what? 20 seconds. Question number two. The America the Beautiful series of quarters minted from 2010 to 2021 featured designs from locations around the U.S. operated by what government agency? Question number three. U.S. quarters are one of the coins that feature little bumps on the edge of the coin. What are they called? Question number four. Although the current quarter is silver colored, what is it primarily made of? And question number five. It was announced that what poet will become the first African-American woman to be featured on a quarter? That is it for round number one. Double or nothing. If you wish that all quarters were not only good for scratching off lottery tickets, but were actually scratch and sniff themselves. Like, imagine scratching a quarter and you'd be like, smells like George Washington. Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
What does George Washington smell like?
He smells like victory?
Smells like 25 cents. I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, neither do I.
Anyway, let's move on to round number two. And round number two, why, that is Kevin O'Keefe at 60. It is my father's birthday on Sunday. So everybody, on the count of three, yell at the top of your lungs, happy birthday. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. Happy birthday, Dad. So this round is all trivia tangentially related to him. You don't need to know him to get these questions right. This picture in the background is him running an underground illegal gambling poker game, apparently. He looks like a mob boss. I was just going through my Google Photos, and this was the first picture of him that I found. Question number one. My father turns the big 6-0 on Saturday, and when I say Saturday, I mean Sunday. What Canadian actor and comedian who started his career on In Living Color will be turning 60 one day later on the 17th, which is Monday? You have 20 seconds. Question number 2. As an accountant, Kevin O'Keefe spends a lot of time reviewing tax forms. What's the name of the IRS tax form used to report wages paid to employees and the taxes withheld from them, mailed to employees around the end of the year? And question number 3. Kevin grew up on the mean streets of Cranford, New Jersey. What 2004 film starring Zach Braff and Natalie Portman was partially filmed in that township? Question number 4. Always in tune with the trends, what form of exercise did Kevin take part of in the 80s? Characterized by leg warmers, short shorts, Jane Fonda, and constant movement. You get that. And the last Kevin O'Keefe question. In snack food terms, the Kevin O'Keefe special is combining Cheez-It crackers and pretzel nuggets made by what pretzel company headquartered in Pennsylvania? That is it for the Kevin O'Keefe round, Double or Nothing. If you're him, I just want to let you know, in case you're wondering what the feedback received from Kevin O'Keefe during that round was, after question number 4, he just texted me, "Bite me." Happy birthday, Dad. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the answers to rounds 1 and 2, and 3 more rounds of fun here on Fast Facts Live. I dare you to go somewhere else. You won't do it. Hey there, folks. We're back. Tom and I spent the break learning about pretzel companies headquartered in Pennsylvania. You'll be surprised to find out there's more than one, and they're closer than you think. But we'll reveal that in 10 answers from now.
So, my father, to reply to your text saying, "You good?" Yes, we're good. We've learned something.
Sorry we took such a long break. We were learning. Anyway, let's go for the answers. For round number 1, the quartermaster category. In '98, the U.S. Mint began making quarters with varying designs on the back, imagery relating to the 50 states. This was a question that we had before, but what was the first of the 50 state quarters, Tom?
I have no freaking idea. Delaware?
Delaware.
The first state.
Yeah, because it's in order of when they were admitted.
Yes. I would assume
Yeah.
so.
Question 2. The America the Beautiful series of quarters minted from 2010 to 2021 features designs and locations around the U.S. operated by the what agency of the government? It is the National Park Service, not the Department of the Interior. You got to be more narrow than that, the National Park Service. U.S. quarters are one of the coins that feature little bumpy guys on the edge of the coin, called what? Not Ridgy boys, but reeds. Think of it this way. When you're watching Adam 12, who is the... Well, that doesn't work. Because Malloy is the prickly one with the ridged ends. Jim Reed, he's the newbie cop. He hasn't
Dan.
been worn down yet.
Dan, nobody knows what the hell you're talking about.
Adam 12, from the creator...
What the hell you're talking about.
Adam 12, from the creator of Dragnet.
I love Dragnet.
Just as dry. There is no emotion in any episode. It's wonderful. Question 3. Although the current quarter is silver colored, what's it primarily made out of? Hopes and dreams and copper. It was announced that what poet will become the first African-American woman featured on a quarter? That is Maya Angelou. Moving on to the Kevin O'Keefe at 60 round. Question 1. My father turns the big 6-0 on Saturday, and by Saturday, I do mean Sunday. What Canadian actor and comedian started his career on In Living Color and will be turning 60 one day later on the 17th? Canadian actor Jim Carrey. Question 2. As an accountant, Kevin O'Keefe spends a lot of time reviewing tax forms. What's the name of the tax form that your employer sends you in the mail? Normally around the end of the year. They have to send it by the end of January. That is Form W-2. Kevin grew up on the mean streets of Cranford, New Jersey, where the Zach Braff film Garden State was filmed, partially, along with Trenton and a couple of other places, all in the Garden State. Always in tune with the trends. What form of exercise did my dad take part of during the 80s? Characterized by leg warmers, short shorts, Jane Fonda, and constant movement. Aerobics. Not jazzercise, because jazzercise is more specific. He may have taken part in jazzercise, but he doesn't really he's not a jazz man. He's way more into pop. He needs to be able to feel the rhythm in his bones while he's wearing his lycra jumpsuit and doing the high knees with the 5-pound weights in his fists. If you know my dad, I hope you like the picture I just put in your mind. And question number 5. In snack food terms, the Kevin O'Keefe special is combining Cheez-It crackers and pretzel nuggets made by what pretzel company headquartered in Pennsylvania? Here's where we learned something. The correct answer is Snyder's of Hanover, because those are the kind of pretzel nuggets. It's a brand thing. It's got to be those. Do you know what other company is headquartered in Hanover, Pennsylvania? Utz Pretzels! They're probably down the road from each other. So if you said Utz, you got it right too, because you were technically correct. Unless you're in our house, you wouldn't have known that it was Snyder's of Hanover. So, congrats to every team except for the one that said Rolls Gold. You all got points. What if you did not? My final message here is pretzel companies need to move. One pretzel company per state. That is the new requirement. And happy birthday to my dad. I think we're good to move on to round number 3. And round number 3 is all about a group of guys. It's called a podcast. Tom saw a tweet today, and that inspired him to write this category. Am I wrong?
No.
I saw the tweet after I saw this category, and I was like, that's fun.
Oh, I've
Question
been
number
saying
1.
this for years.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I was wrong.
Yes, you were wrong.
Okay, I asked if I was wrong, and you said no. Anyway, true or false? The pod in podcast comes from iPod. Question number 2. Podcasts ride on RSS feeds, which stands for both RDF site summary or really blank syndication. Question number 3. What's the most popular platform for listening to podcasts? It's not Platform Heels. Update from my father, in quotes, no jazzercise. Question number 4. One of the most popular podcasts in the world, somehow, is hosted by what comedian, in quotes, and UFC color commentator? Question number 5. What's my movie podcast called? You should know. I mention it every week. What's its name? That's it for round number 3.
Jeez, Dan.
Fun new number I invented there, far 3. Before we move on to round number 4, I have an announcement to make. If you like Fast Facts Live, but maybe you miss an episode one week, or maybe you're driving, or maybe you only have 20 minutes, you can listen to Fast Facts Live in podcast form. We posted the first episode this morning, I think?
Yeah, but I set
last
the
night?
publish date till last Wednesday, so it looks like we did it last week.
Yeah, so Tom is starting with last week's episode, we're cutting them down to 20 minutes, bite-sized form. You can listen to it while you sleep.
I want to listen to them in
while
the
you
car.
drive.
Yeah, because then you can just put. Hopefully,
Yeah,
once we
while you
get
sleep.
a bunch going, you can just like put them on a road trip and then quiz yourself, kind of thing.
Quiz yourself, yeah. I mean, and we cut the time of the questions down. It's cut down to like 5 seconds in between instead of
There's
20.
10 seconds.
So you just have time to just blurt out your answer and then
Or argue.
go to the next one and then wait for the answers. Yeah.
Yeah. No prizes.
So wherever
just
you
fun.
get your fine podcasts.
Spotify
it's
right now.
Fast Facts
We're
Live.
waiting on iTunes to activate
Yeah.
our account. But Spotify, for sure.
But don't worry. This is where you play.
Well, we have
Then the podcast is an added bonus.
we have to make the content here, and then we just trim it down
Yeah.
and reuse it somewhere else.
Yeah. So Fast Facts Live, the podcast, currently available on Spotify. soon on iTunes, and then maybe after that, MySpace.
The
I don't know.
world.
Let's move on to round number 4. Round number 4, now in the public domain. Question number 1. The Sun Also Rises, the first novel by what author of For Whom the Bell Tolls, entered the public domain at the beginning of 2022? Question number 2. A.A. Milne's Winnie the Pooh entered the public domain this year, but only if you portray him without what iconic piece of clothing, as that version of Pooh is still owned by Disney? Question number 3. The final film of what silent film star, the son of the Sheik, became free to use however you would like once the calendar hit 2022? To clarify, the actor is not known as the son of the Sheik. That's the name of the film. What's the actor's name? Question number 4. Das Schloss by Franz Kafka entered the public domain this year. What is Kafka's most famous novel, ostensibly about change? And question number 5. Battling Butler, a film starring what actor known as the Great Stoneface, who also starred in the film Steamboat Bill Jr., just entered the public domain? That's it for round number 4. Double or nothing if you have entered the public domain. In that case, you'd be dead, but stranger things have happened. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll enter the public domain, so don't go anywhere. Hey, we're back. You know what that means? We get to participate in commercialism. If you like Fast Facts and you want to financially support us, you can do so at patreon.com/fastfactslive. Different tiers of support get you different perks. You can also buy our merch at shop.wearecreativeland.com. We got shirts. We got socks. We got zip-up hoodies.
So
Hats.
I want to buy myself.
Not from Latvia anymore.
Correct. I want to buy myself one of the full zip hoodies, but I told myself I'm not going to buy one until someone else buys one. So
Okay, so
someone else buy
if
one,
you want
please.
Tom to be happy, buy a full zip hoodie. Otherwise, each episode he's gonna get more and more depressed and desperate.
Well-
until he's gonna be like, "I'll buy it for you. Just someone get one."
I mean, we also, from our player census, we had several people ask for full zip hoodies, and we had several people ask for socks. None of which has sold yet. Come on!
You
It's
begged.
sitting there.
Now be choosers.
It's sitting there, just waiting for
Um,
it.
You can also follow us on social media at Fast Facts Live. Best way that you can support us is spreading the word and telling your friends, getting them to play. More players, more fun. We're very happy that all of you are here. Thank you all for playing. And let's go into the... I'm not going to do my pitch for the next episode of my podcast. I'll wait until the end of the answers to do that. Because I want some of you to keep living in fear as to whether or not you got the question right. But before we do that, let's go over the answers for round number 3. A group of guys called podcast. True or false, the pod in podcast comes from iPod. That is true. The cast in podcast, well, ask your doctor. Question number 2. Podcasts ride on RSS feeds, which stands for both RDF site summary or really blank syndication. It's really simple syndication. Question 3. What's the most popular platform for listening to podcasts? About 3 feet up. Spotify. Number 2, I assume, is Apple Podcasts. Question 4. One of the most popular podcasts in the world is hosted by what comedian, UFC color commentator, former cast member of News Radio, and former host of Fear Factor, who somehow has become a major force in our political life, because everything is dumb, Joe Rogan. There was no more brutal insult you could hurl at him in 2007 than just going Joe Rogan. Simpler times. Question 5. What's my movie podcast called? In Conclusion, a movie podcast. And on this week's episode of In Conclusion, we're talking about Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
You gave it a pretty
Some
high
of you
rating
who got
on
this
Letterboxd.
question. Yeah, I did. I thought it was so fun.
Yeah. You gave it 4
I don't want to
stars.
spoil my rating, but I was raving about it.
Yeah.
Well, Tom spoiled my rating,
Yeah,
so
well,
listen to the podcast for my thoughts.
there you go.
You know me,
That'd be,
defender of logic.
it'd be a
Dan
really
O'Keefe.
short podcast if you just went, "Hi, I'm Dan. I give it 4 stars."
I should do that once, and then leave Anna to talk about the whole movie. Anyway, let's move on to round number 4. Now in the public domain. I do need our lawyer talked to us.
It wasn't me.
Our
I was
lawyer
not
talked
our
to
lawyer.
me. Our lawyer talked to us, and legally we're not entering the public domain. So
Copyright.
don't try
copyright,
and steal our rights.
Copyright 2022, Creative Land LLC, all rights reserved.
Yes. Question number 1. The Sun Also Rises is the first novel by what author of For Whom the Bell Tolls? And is Ernest Hemingway, The Importance of Being Hemingway. A.A. Milne's Winnie the Pooh entered the public domain this year, but only if you portray him without his red crop top. Question 3. The final film of what silent film star, the son of the Sheik, became free to use however you would like once the calendar hit in 2022? If I were to rewrite this question, I would probably go, the son of the Sheik, the final film of what silent film star? Because otherwise it kind of sounds like, the final film of what silent film star? The Queen's daughter? You know, could be some confusion. Anyway, the answer is Rudolph Valentino.
You're telling me you should be a writer?
Question 4. I'm telling you I should be a better writer. Question 4. Das Schloss by Franz Kafka entered the public domain this year. What is Kafka's most famous novel? Ostensibly about change, growth, becoming a bug. I don't know. It's The Metamorphosis. Not Animorphs, as Tom said. Franz Kafka's Animorphs. Middle school is hard. Question number 5. Battling Butler, a film starring what actor known as the Great Stone Face, who starred in the film Steamboat Bill Jr., just entered the public domain. It's Buster Keaton. You may know his son, Buster Rhymes. And his other son, Michael Keaton in Dope Sick. Let's move on to round number 5. It's the toss-up round. It could be anything. But it's this. Question number 1. The National Educational Radio Network was replaced by what organization, what media organization, founded in 1971? You have 20 seconds. Question number 2. Georgia won the College Football National Championship on Monday night, meaning what live Bulldog mascot since 1956 is now a 2-time champ? Question number 3. When preserved in a sweet syrup, what kind of nuts are called marrons glace? Question number 4. Among the several celebrities who have passed away recently, including Bob Saget and Betty White, is a Senator Harry Reid, whose name now adorns the airport in what city? And question number 5. During the 1961-62 season, what Warriors player set an NBA record by averaging 50.4 points a game? All right, that's it for the toss-up round. Double or nothing if you had your heart broken on Monday night during the Georgia football game. That's really just for one team specifically. The Hail Mary question is now, place your bets to give you a category on what the Hail Mary question will be, so maybe you can bet strategically or not. You do you. It's geography. That's the category. Place your wagers now, and then we'll get to the question. We're still waiting on about half of you. So we will be back next week with another episode of Fast Fact Live. That's for certain, until it's not. New episode next week.
It'll be
a new episode after that, too.
It's certain.
Yeah.
The one after that, no.
Okay,
Well,
so no episode
most
next week.
likely not.
No episode. Tentatively, no episode the week after.
I'll be.
We'll tell you next
I
week.
know I'll be out of town, but I might be able to do it remotely. I'll be
So
in
we'll
the
see.
Eastern time zone, so I should be done with work by 9 p.m.
You're really cutting it close.
We'll see how long our.
We're just waiting. Yeah, okay, here we go. We got all the questions in, all the wagers. Let's see what the actual question is. Afghanistan's border with what country has the largest time difference at a land border at 3.5 hours? What's the answer? 20 seconds. Just in case of a tie, how many seconds ahead of Greenwich Mean Time is Kabul time? All right, that's it. We're going to take one final break. We will run the numbers and see who won. This bad boy. I thought about it again. It's weird if you say bad person or bad girl. We'll see who won this bad thing. So don't go anywhere! We're back. I received some terrible news over the break from one team playing the Boomer team. Their name changes each week. This week it is Boomerito. If you pay attention to the advertisements that we have during the break,
Most people apparently do not.
about half the teams don't, because the answer to round number 3's question 5 was in there. It's in conclusion. But on those ads, my name is spelled Dan O'Keefe. Just the in conclusion one, Dan, spelled the usual way. O'Keefe, O''K, E. Oh, what's that? Another E. F-E.
I feel like I need to apologize, but I also don't want to.
No, you don't need to apologize.
I made the ad.
I don't know who needs to apologize. I feel like I need to
You
apologize.
should probably make your own ad. I've been making your ads for almost 2 years now.
I've been making your ads for far too long.
I have. I've been making them for almost 2 years.
Yeah, but you're so good at it.
Just a 16 by 9 image. Give me a 16 by 9 image and I'll put it in the ads. That's
16 by 9 what's? Hammers?
God. All right.
Is that a unit of measurement? Let's go over the answer. For the toss-up round, question 1, the National Educational Radio Network was replaced by what media organization founded in 1971? NPR, or National Public Radio. Georgia won the College Football National Championship on Monday night, meaning that what live Bulldog mascot since 1956 is now a 2-time champion? Ugga. 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 Question 3. When preserved in a sweet syrup, what kind of nuts are called marron glas? Chestnuts. When roasted on an open fire, they're known as Jack Frost, nipping at your nose. Among the several celebrities who have recently passed away, including Bob Saget and Betty White, is Senator Harry Reid, whose name now adorns the airport in what city? That is the airport in Las Vegas, Nevada. Is it Harry Reid Henderson Airport, or is it just Harry Reid Airport?
It's just Harry Reid International Airport.
Because wasn't it Henderson
It
before?
was McCarran.
McCarran.
McCarran was a senator who now has a troubled past and a complicated legacy.
Now has a troubled past.
Yes.
He's always had a troubled past.
It's just now
You just
coming
realized
to
it.
light, and they're like, oh, here's a better
Yeah.
senator we should name our airport after.
I always thought it was named after A.J. McCarron, the former Alabama quarterback with a back tattoo.
He's got big connections to Las Vegas, Nevada.
I mean, he's got a big-ass back tattoo, so probably. Question number 5. During the 1961-62 season, what Warriors player set an NBA record by averaging 50 and almost a half points per game? Not Michael Jordan. He would have been like 5 at the time. Wilt Chamberlain. The Hail Mary Afghanistan's borders with what country has the largest difference at a land border in time at 3.5 hours? That is with China, because all of China is on one time zone.
It's insane.
Yeah.
But also the border
Kind of
with
silly.
Afghanistan and China is tiny. Like it is a
About this
it's
big.
yeah, it's about that big.
It's a sliver of a sliver of a sliver.
But it's still a land border, and it's still a 3.5 hour time change.
And the tiebreaker didn't have a tie, but how many seconds ahead of Greenwich Mean Time is Kabul time? 16,200, which means it's about 2 hours?
Let me look.
3 hours?
4.5 hours.
4.5 hours. About 2.
I looked at my mouse pad that has all the time zones of the world.
You hear that, ladies? Tom has a time zones of the world mouse pad. Don't all come running at once.
No, Argentina's 3 hours behind Greenwich Mean Time.
You hear that, Argentinian women?
I'm 6 hours behind. You're
Tom
8
knows
hours
that you're
behind.
3 hours behind Greenwich Mean Time.
India's 5.5 ahead of time.
We should see who won. Otherwise, Tom's going to go through every country.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah. So, starting in 16th place with 2 points, we have Opa in 15th with 8 points. Are we in January? Because you're the only January. In 14th with 11 points, Frankie's mom has got it going on with 12 points in 13th place, Boomerito. In 12th with 13 points, Mrs. Machine Gun Kelly wearing Joker makeup. In 11th with 24 points, Egg Girl and Flying Scrambled Eggs. Tumbleweeds is in 10th with 29 points. In 9th is Monkey with 30, and a tie for 7th, both at 31 points. We have Seasonal Effective Dramagoons, and Lassie says, Little Timmy fell in the well, but he deserved it. Definitely deserved it. My apologies. In 6th place with 32 points, it's Mom and Dad. In 5th place with 34 points, Let the Festivities Begin. With 35 points in 4th place, Saturn's Moon Tarvos. In 3rd place with 38 points, Solo now 4-0. In 2nd place with 43 points, it's Spruce Geese. Which means in 1st place with 48 points, it's Ding Slosby. Congratulations to Ding Slosby for winning this week's episode of Fast Facts Live. We will be back next week with another episode, as I mentioned before. So be sure to come back at 8 Central Time, 9 Eastern, 7 Mountain, 6 Pacific, and
5 Hawaii.
it would be it would be
It's fine.
2 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time.
Yes.
If we're 6 hours
Yes.
behind? Yes.
Yes.
Math. A big thank you to all of you for playing this week. An even bigger thank you to our patrons and to our Twitch czar, Dennis Tracy. And the biggest thank you, of course, to Tom for producing the show.
Thank you for hosting and dealing with me making you move your mic as close as you can to your mouth at every single possible opportunity.
Am I close enough now?
Lastly, happy birthday, Dad. I'll be seeing you tomorrow, but happy early birthday. We'll be back. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, have fun, get vaccinated. Bye-bye.